2019 Match2 GSL SuperTournament Season 1 Semi-Finals.
Welcome back. It's time to go into our next
2019
best of
마운틴 듀
five.
GSL 슈퍼토너먼트 시즌 1 경기
Where are those
결과입니다.
burgers? I thought we had
8강
burgers covered.
1테란이던
Yeah, we do.
최후의
I guess that series is
Can't give away at the beginning of the show, tastes.
날카로운 타이밍
You
공격들을
gotta save the burgers for the
보여줬는데요.
finals?
원희삭 선수를 상대로
No, not for the
3대1
finals. Probably
승리를
just
거두고
Second game
Maybe
for the best of five.
이제 4강 2경기
Okay.
Can't give everything away at the beginning.
GuMiho wins 3-1. He has secured his spot in the GSL SuperTournament Finals. Now we're going to have a PvP to see who's going to advance and face him.
먼저 김유진 선수입니다.
First, we have SOS.
아깝게 졌었습니다.
No, whenever you
오늘
encountered
다시
Classic,
만나게
it
됐는데요.
was that close, but you always fell short.
껄끄러우시죠?
Was the preparation a bit arduous? No, whenever I meet Classic,
졌던 것 같은데.
no, I always fell
아깝게
short.
지든
So
크게 지든 진 거는 진 거니까.
it doesn't really matter whether you lose in a close fight or you lose in a landslide. Loss is a loss. So recently, you know, I try to keep my mind placid and try to enjoy the games. And I've been having a lot of fun, so that's what I'm gonna do today as well.
놓고 대결을 하게 됐습니다. 자주 만나는데요.
So now
마찬가지로 좀
you are
껄끄러우시죠?
encountering SOS to fight for the last spot on the finals. You know, he's probably one of the more difficult opponents. What do you think about SOS? No, I really don't want to encounter SOS because he has a lot of
김유진
versatility.
선수의 나는
So
정성
it's gonna
유저다
be a
반응이
grueling
아주
match today.
뜨겁습니다. 그 발언 때문에 김도우 선수도
No, a lot of
2019년 들어서 들은 이야기
fans
중에
in the
가장
community
말도 안
were
되는
talking about
이야기다 예측을 하셨는데요.
SOS
아직 그
saying
생각에 변함 없으신가요?
that you are the most, I'm the most conventional Protoss here.
때문에 그렇게 생각하고
What do you think about that
그런 소리
phenomenon in the past 24 hours? I don't think I deserve to hear such
제가 알고
words
있는
from
그
Classic.
정석 개념이 그동안
And
많이
I
잘못했었던
believe
것
that
같은데요.
I have my
자,
own
오늘
conventional
김유진
standards,
선수와의
so that's why I
대결
believe I'm the
사실
most
언급을
conventional
했었습니다.
Protoss
어제
out here.
인터뷰에서도 김유진 선수의
No, on the
몰래
interview
멀티 같은
yesterday,
그런 변수 많은 스타일을 눈여겨 보신 것 같은데
You
사실
have
이런 건
benchmarked a lot of the
알면서도
unorthodox styles, such as the
혹시
hidden
경기 전에
inspection of
이야기해주고 싶으신 게
SOS.
있으신지?
Prior to the match, do you want to say anything to him?
유진이가 너무 막해가지고
No, SOS just plays without his mind,
이상한 짓을 많이 하더라고요.
and therefore that's why he's showcasing those bizarre gameplays.
즐겜 유저인데 오늘
No,
더 즐겁게 한다
he's always
해가지고
been a fun-based player.
할지 좀 긴장이 많이 되네요.
So I think
김유진
I
선수의
need to tighten
질병으로는
myself up
정말 걱정이
and
되는
play
부분인 것
as hard as I
같습니다.
can.
자, 오늘 명경기가 나올 것 같습니다.
No,
먼저
today I
김유진 선수
think there will be a lot of expectation that there will be a great series.
이제 도우 형이
SOS any words to Classic?
좋겠어요.
You know,
이제
Classic.
올해가
I hope you really win
마지막이기
because it's
때문에
your final year.
이어서 시즌 2, 3까지 다
No.
우승하고.
I hope you win this super tournament and also win season 2 and season 3 consecutively because it's your last year. So
양보하는 것 같은 마인드인
Just
것
take it.
같아요. 김도
Take
선수
it.
화답해 주시죠.
any words
말은
back,
저렇게 해도 또 경기
Classic?
들어가면 이상한
No,
식으로
that's his just saying.
멘탈을 깰 것 같아서
Once we get into the games, he's just gonna try to collapse my mentality by using some of the most bizarre stuff ever. So I'm just not gonna
김유진 선수의
get
말을
swayed
전혀
about it,
믿지 않으시고
and I'm just
계시는데요.
gonna keep my
자,
composure
과연 어떤
and
선수가
win
결승에
tonight.
진출할지 이번 4강 2경기에 나서는 김유진, 김도우 선수 만나봤습니다.
All right, that's it for the interview. Back to Tasteless and Artosis.
Thank you, Brian. Let's go to this PvP. Two very different players, two of the biggest Protoss players of all time. This is the PvP we've been waiting for, Artosis. Everything else was just a series of appetizers here, as far as PvPs go.
Well, yeah, this is a great one because it's actually the finals of our last Super Tournament. So
Yeah, a rematch.
yeah, that makes it really, really nice. Remember there, SOS went up 3-0 and then went Blink Stalkers 4 games in a row and lost to Classic. Okay, so that's what happened last time.
Yikes.
So Classic did end up winning that. Now, Classic is a very strong PvP player, and SOS does play kind of crazily. I don't know what's going to happen because the meta of PvP right now is so wild.
It does seem like you're kind of forced to be a little bit deceptive, to try to take risks. It makes it very hard to really call what's going to happen ahead of time until you see where they're going to place their buildings and what tech's going to be used.
Now, here's how you can really tell SOS is the best PvPer in the world. It's 2019 offline PvPs. are at like 44 to 47% win rate because he knows that the matchup is just a bunch of coin flips right now. So the fact that other players have really winning records or really losing records shows us that they don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah.
See this guy,
like
100%.
This guy with 100% wins, he has no idea how this matchup works.
He tries to win every game, and that's how you know he's going to lose.
Okay, we are going to jump into this match. Again, this is a best of 5. The winner here is going to move on against GuMiho. No more Protosses after this, for these two at least. So we're going to see the best PvP builds these guys have to offer. Once again, Port Alexander. Get your jet skis ready.
Get your jet skis ready. Get your surfboards ready.
That's right. This is the worst song ever to start this best of 5.
This is a song?
This is, yeah.
Is this music?
This music sounds like a robot having a panic attack.
This music is an art.
All right.
Game start.
All right, we finally got into that.
That was brought to you by DJ Tasteless.
Yeah, right.
He made that on his iPad.
In Air Green Wings, SOS. Classic.
Who's red? Is it classic? So we have a probe already moving out on the map. I think it's classic. It could just wait, but
oh, classic.
It is. God, I'm good.
Okay.
This is why I have a job here, everybody. So yeah, a probe immediately sent out on the map. Now, when you send a probe out right away, and you make if he's going to make a pylon down here, he can make it look like it's going to be a cannon rush. Okay, it's not.
Oh, so it says check for it at least. Doesn't see anything. Makes it look like there's another one. Probe comes out. Nothing again.
Pretty cool opener here for Classic. Keep in mind that Classic had to put a lot of prep in trying to face off specifically against SOS. Whoa.
Wow.
I can't believe he
signed by Classic and the Dark Templar signed by SOS.
What book was that?
That was the StarCraft art book, I believe.
Oh.
Probably is the Colossus signed by Stats.
Good luck to Classic.
The Reaper signed by Byun. The Cyclone signed by GuMiho.
The Pylon signed by Artosis.
Marauder signed by Maru.
Mm-hmm.
And the Widowmine. And the Medevac. And the Battlecruiser.
And the Marine.
And the Siege Tank.
Yeah. The SCV and the Mule.
Yeah.
As well as the Sensor Tower. Now,
yeah, that's an important one.
So we have one Pylon hidden on the map right at the 6 o'clock spot by Classic. Obviously, it's still very far away from where SOS is, so he may be trying to hide some tech there. And it's going to be the Stargate. Now, clearly, if it's hidden that far away, it's more important that you just don't know the Stargate's coming than it is if the Stargate was put right next to SOS's base, where you might want to try to get an air unit in there right away. So let's watch and see how this game begins to unfold. Over here on SOS's side of the map, we have a Twilight Council that is about halfway done with some Stalker, with one Stalker and a Sentry coming out.
We shall see if it's a quick blink that he's going for. Kind of guessing that is, but you never know for sure. Oh, he just didn't go all the way to the top there. You gotta be careful. A couple of depths coming around. Oh my God, he's not ready. He's not ready.
Oh my God, why does this keep happening today? You cannot block there.
People are messing up their like, send those shades, yeah, there we go.
Hey, pretty good control here by Classic considering.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't dive a little bit harder. By the way, Dark Shrine. How many Dark Shrines are we gonna see? Wasn't that SOS yesterday that just kept going Dark Shrine?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. It's like he wouldn't even make a DT out of it.
It almost seems like this has become more of a commonplace strategy in general in PvP.
Well, we definitely saw him in situations even where it got scouted where he was totally fine playing with that.
So we have one Oracle that's parked over here by the Stargate. He hasn't sent that out yet. He may make a second Oracle later on. So right now it's 27 workers for SOS, it's 23 for Classic, and that's because SOS did get in there with his initial adepts and do some damage.
SOS let the shield battery finish.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I believe he lost the probe. I think he built it and went to the natural with the probe, then lost that probe. So instead of letting them come in, he let it finish, which I think is a fine choice, but a mistake, obviously. Now, the Robo just got started for Classic. A DT is warped in, walking towards his base. He should have enough energy to do a recall, and, well, as long as he has the energy for a recall, rather, he should be able to have enough energy on the first Oracle to go ahead and detect this DT.
What?
Well,
now you have to use your invisible units to stop me.
You can't just run them away.
How is your DT going to feel with the death of that Stalker on his conscience?
Okay, so at least the force fields give him time to get this back here, but already the DT's doing all right.
Now remember, it's not just about getting the detection tech out. If you try to push across the map and you have your observer with your army, then the DTs can try to come back in later on and do damage. Meanwhile, we have Classic coming in here doing a lot of kills over to these workers, really balancing out what we saw happen earlier on.
I can't believe that Stalker stopped to take the shot and then couldn't take it on that Oracle that had one hit left. Ooh.
Wow.
That is like the thing on the shelf that you just barely can't reach that you make fall on yourself. That's what that was.
So close here. He's going to come in and try to dive in once more. Seems like SOS is cognizant of this being a possibility. He's moving his stalkers over here. Okay, nice. 2 more kills.
Yeah, not bad.
Both get away. As long as you have 2, it's a lot of damage that can be dealt there. We have Adept Glaives being upgraded for SOS with Immortals coming out.
And a Prism here. Scouts exactly where the Proxy Stargate is, so he can get rid of that. Looks like a DT drop coming up, which is a really nice move.
If he can feed the Stark Templar in there, that's going to be huge, especially with the 1 DT hitting the pylon. That may draw Classic out to defend that location while this DT in here comes in and starts to get a lot of kills. Let's actually see if Classic notices. It's not going to alert him with the game sounds that he's losing workers.
Well, actually, that's StarCraft 1.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I get a little bit too excited with these DTs, Artosis.
Well,
so he did lose those
good
workers.
Damage. That's, you know, 4 probes, lost mining time here, making everything come back. And the fact that he has these glaives on the way, I'm excited to see if SOS is going to be able to get something done overall.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of uncomfortable to see that War Prism parked over there, but I guess you can do that.
Classic's trying to go for a later game. See, he's got his Forge and everything, but he's down in probes right now, and this is an aggressive build that is continuing forward. He's sitting here, he's got an Immortal. The Immortal is actually not that helpful against the unit composition that SOS has gone for. I am liking SOS's position. I think that he has some real potential here to get in and end it. Sentries are going to be useless because he has Archons. The Immortal is not really, you know, Immortals are always good, but it's not like a situation where you're like, God, thank God I have Immortals, you know?
Yeah, well, not against DTs. They're not great.
And against Adepts, they're not special.
Okay, more gates coming down now. All right,
like that.
That's totally acceptable. Sends that Immortal back. I do like the Hallucinated Phoenix just stalking the War Prism, so you can at least monitor what it's doing and where it's moving.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Ooh, pick up the Stalker. That was a free kill. Ah, what was he doing?
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't chase that a little bit more thoroughly. So now we've got some more Warpins coming in, 3 more Adepts and a DT. Meanwhile, these Oracle's going to come in and try to get a few more kills.
Great move from Classic at countering with this right now. SOS even leaving the Stalkers at home. That's very interesting. But I love the cannons going up right now, as well as the shield batteries. This is fantastic.
Well, Classic knows he has to hold this attack off over here at the front. Oh my God, he got the Observer. I guess the cannons are going to make it okay still, but wow.
Wow. So far, so good here for Classic. I loved the setup overall, all the things that SOS has done to give himself an opportunity to win the game early. But like the cannons and shield battery, as long as he seals the top of his ramp, I think he'll hold. Oh, look at that. The shield battery really helping here as well.
Here comes the Oracle. It hasn't been turned on yet. I don't see Classic falling here. I'm worried that SOS is going to be running into a wall.
Well, let's see, the force fields are definitely helping quite a bit, right? He's keeping a lot of the units back. He's fighting only small amounts of units at once, plus he has glaives, so the adepts of Classic are much worse by comparison.
But those resonating glaives just finished here for Classic now, balancing things out a little bit more.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. Well, SOS is not giving up yet. He really wants to try to bulldoze his way through this entrance. I don't know if he can pull it off, though. Is there a War Prism? Oh, yeah, there is a War Prism. Okay, there for Classic. I was going to say, he needs to be able to juggle his Immortal. Both sides really need to have this Immortal be like the last unit that dies.
It always is.
If this goes perfectly, it will just be two Immortals fighting each other with War Prisms there.
Yeah.
If the control is perfect.
Pretty much. Force field goes down. Well, continuing to try to punch through here. That cannon's still adding good damage, but the units of SOS look like they're going to punch through.
He might have too much. He picks up that Immortal. Two Immortals now back here for Classic.
Oh, yeah, those Immortals putting a lot of damage on these Stalkers. Having a hard time even getting his Adepts up to the front here.
Good pickup there.
Oh, my God.
It is now probes being pulled. I think SOS might have done it.
This is so crazy. He actually gets that Immortal.
Wow. Takes the Oracle out. Classic pursuing right now with a few probes in this army.
What a hold. Oh my God, he actually stops right there.
He might have gone out too far with some more Adepts coming in. He might try to press in once more. There's also the option for SOS to try to drop in the main and start killing workers there.
Yeah, that's a possibility, actually. We haven't really seen him try that because he was trying a full-on bust, which it feels like he kind of has to, right? Classic has been preparing for the late game a bit better. He already has that +1 and everything. Nice pick off there by Classic. Some great micro, some great tactics.
Okay, this is a bit more of a fake here. He wanted to draw some of that in there, but he doesn't unload anything.
The cannon was really smart because that was actually a DT. If it wasn't there, the DT comes out and it gets very annoying.
The Immortals can now start to shoo this army away. It's going to be much easier for Classic to pump out Immortals one by one than it will be for SOS to reinforce this across the map with his own Immortals. Again, though, Classic needs to be careful not to overextend. We now have an Immortal, a Stalker, and a DT. Maybe he's going to go for that cannon in the main?
Oh, yeah. If
here we
can
go.
Target that down. Maybe your DT gets in and really gets the damage done.
One more shot. Nicely done.
Okay,
now, is there an Observer here?
You know what, Tasteless? There's not. Oh, my God. He did pick off the initial Observer, which was never remade.
Oh, my
because
God.
he was chronoing Immortals the entire time and he had cannons.
Now, an attack over at the front. Ill-advised there by SOS.
Yeah.
Looks like these Adepts are going to try to chase through. Those force fields are not going to help. Oh, man, there's so much going on both sides here. It looks like SOS barely escapes due to miscontrol there by Classic.
This is the sickest PvP right now. These guys really pulling out everything to try to get each other.
You got to be very on top of those Adept cooldowns. He needs to shade away right before the other ones can catch up. Beautiful escape.
But right now, I'm looking at this, and Classic just looks to be in a better spot. They're on the same amount of probes. They're on the same everything.
Yeah,
right?
they're actually pretty even.
Yeah, Classic has a Phoenix, and he has +1. That's the big difference here.
And when you're dead even on everything else, +1 is a huge deal.
Oh, it's so big. It's like Adept versus Adept. You're just doing more damage.
Wow, okay. Probably a misclick there. Start activating Guardian Shield there, but
I think he was trying a hallucination there. Just probably had the keys next to each other.
Well, SOS is going to try to attack in again. I don't know if this is going to work. Then again, you know, sometimes with that control with the War Prism.
Well, he's fighting into a shield battery, a prism, and a cannon. So the Archons are the big difference makers, I guess. Let's see what they do.
Can SOS go for a contain here and then try to just expand and maybe outgrow them that way?
I don't think so. Like, eventually, we're going to have Classic punch out. Okay, those are good force fields. Ooh, he loses one of the Archons pretty quickly. The Archon's not doing what they're meant to do here, not really helping with the Adepts. Positioning-wise, Classic doing a great job.
Oh, he's going to try to get inside the main here.
Is he actually going to let that finish? Oh my God, he does.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he does.
Great tactics here by SOS.
We need a shade to block this hole because he's going to try to shade out. You have to block the hole.
Oh, he's trying to.
Okay, he blocked most of the hole.
Oh, no, they're slipping through.
Yeah,
Good cancel. Just stays back there, does more damage.
That
Oh my
one
God.
shade through making such a difference for SOS here.
SOS is so good. And now he's going to get all these adepts out. They're going to easily be able to escape. And then I think he can immediately come back in here and pounce on this. I think SOS might have just won this game. I'm not sure. But I think he might have been able to pull it off Martosis. That's a lot of damage to Classic just received.
Yeah, let's see. He is definitely lower in probes right now. But anything could happen with a Warp Prism and Immortals.
Good pick up there, keeping those Immortals alive.
Look at this.
Oh my God. He's so good.
Yeah, SOS found the only chink in Classic's armor. It really looked like Classic was going to be able to take this game too.
Yeah, it seemed like Classic was going to be the more stable of the two players here as things progressed, but SOS looked at this, saw one opportunity to come in.
Do you see what's happening right now with Classic? That Phoenix just came out of nowhere. I almost forgot he had it and allowed him to pick up the Immortals, start winning that. Now he's lost more probes, unfortunately.
No, I still think this is looking very good for SOS. SOS is unharmed back at home, and the harass is continuing to happen here. +2 is still
well, it's sitting there
stifled.
unpowered
yeah.
forever. Wow, what a crazy game, but twice as many probes for SOS, so you definitely got to give him that advantage. Oh, careful.
He's just like got no HP.
Fancy micro going down. He's just not leaving the base.
I know.
No, I live here now.
All right, let's just keep the camera here. Finally, that is killed off. The problem is back at home, because Classic has been on the defense this whole time, SOS is beginning to muster a pretty scary army. He's beginning to progress pretty nicely. The only thing Classic has going for him is those upgrades.
Yeah, +2. I still feel like there is some sort of chance. I need to see the unit tab here because the +2 makes a difference. Look at this. Yeah, he's actually got even 2 more units. They've got the same Adepts, the same Immortals, and then he's got 2 Archons. Okay, now we get 2 from SOS as well, but if it's the exact same army, which it is, the +2 obviously makes a huge, huge difference.
Certainly. Oh, great drop there. Look at that. He's going to get at least 7 probes.
That's big.
And I think that's actually just the beginning. He's going to come in here into the natural, and suddenly the workers are actually evened out.
Oh, he's got a recall immediately. This is a kill timing right here. If not, okay, the recall does come in. There are the Archons. He had them unloaded for it as well. Actually shuffles them over to where the Adepts are, so they're getting amazing hits right there.
And keep in mind the splash damage limited at almost all, actually I think all the workers that were over there, at least for a little bit. It's 11 workers total now. I think some of these have to be in the main. That they are.
Okay, let's see. That Prism definitely can get some damage done. He might need to recall it, though, as it looks like Classic's going across the map. What am I even seeing right now? This is the craziest PvP.
Now, he's going to try to counterattack. There's one DT. Do we have an observer with that group? Oh, both observers are back at home. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. One is going to come across.
He just made him into an Archon, though. He just made his DTs into an Archon.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would have been the craziest thing, though. Like, oh, I bet you forgot that.
Oh my God, he should not have these Adepts out here.
Yeah. Looking bad.
I think SOS is going to have to pull probes to defend here.
I don't think probes are even going to do anything. He needs to recall his Prism. Oh, he's not even getting the best hits right there. And Immortals actually beat Archons, so there's no way he's winning that battle. Okay, with no Prism here, can he out-micro? Oh, the DT comes in, but too late. GG. Classic wins.
Dude,
an epic game one.
That was one of the best PvPs we've ever casted.
That was
so good. I mean, they are both so talented, and you can see, especially 2-base versus 2-base PvP, normally you get an advantage. It's really hard to come back. The fact that SOS even got in there in the main with those Adepts and so much damage, and Classic actually held on, rode that bull, and eventually cemented and stabilized and came back with his own attack as SOS overextended. Wow.
What a beautiful game that was.
That was awesome.
These two are really well matched. You know, it felt like as the game was getting longer that Classic had the advantage. He was kind of prepping for that as well, whereas SOS just keeps the aggression on the whole time. But, you know, you find the hole, you almost get that victory. New Repugnancy, our next map. Popular Cannon Rush map. Obviously, both of them know it. Will SOS Cannon Rush is the question. Not Classic. I'm not even thinking about it. Feel Cannon Rush. I don't
man.
think he will, but I can always hope.
All right. Our game is loading up. Best of 5 continues with SOS versus Classic. Let's go.
Game start.
Well, well. It might just.
Chin Air Green Wings, SOS.
By the dogs.
Oh, is he just going to proxy gate?
I think so. That's a really quick probe out there. Unless he's going to start that pylon over there before the forge starts.
Classic.
There it is. So it should be a proxy 3 gate that we're going to be seeing here. This is it was someone just did this recently. Who was it? I'm trying to think.
Parting?
Was it Parting?
Well, he made a proxy 3 gate in one of his games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that was against Zerg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's funny. But yeah, it's actually a PvP build as far as I know.
Uh-oh, Classic's going to scout and see what's coming. If you see nothing here, then you have a much better idea of what could be hidden on the map.
Oh my god, he goes 2 gates and a forge.
What?
2 gates and a forge.
What?
2 gates and a forge.
Oh.
Okay, this is crazy. He's going to scout exactly what it is. But the thing is, I say exactly what it is, but does he know what it is? And again, 2 gates and a forge, but like, what is that? I'm not sure what it is. I've seen Gateway Forge.
In the black hole that is mid-rank in the ladder, some of you have probably already experienced this kind of pain. I don't know what is going on.
Hold on, so that's his cannon. I feel like you're supposed to wall him out completely, but he didn't do that.
Maybe there's some math, though, with having the probes pulled in this. You know? Now he has a pylon, he can then wall that off. So I guess it's the second one that actually... So the first pylon is only there to power the cannon so that the second pylon will finish as the cannon finishes and then allow the zealots to push up. That'll allow you to kill the gateways off, which will then allow you to snowball the game and do a win. And
hopefully.
The ladder has been ruined for you at home viewers. or made a lot better. Maybe you're going to get way above where you should be now.
Maybe.
I won't tell anybody.
Get a cancel on that immediately. That's good. He gets his forge up, though. That means that he can get his pylon up.
Keep in mind where the cybernetics core is also causes lots of problems because you want something like an adept or a stalker out here to try to help out. Dude, with something with range hit those cannons. So this is like really scary here.
Okay, the shield batteries, they make some sense. Yeah, if you can pick off the probe, that's the big deal. That's what he's going for right there.
Now, what SOS is trying to do is leapfrog cannons forward so that he can get in range of the Nexus. Because if the Nexus cannot finish or get enough coverage, then it's just going to die.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Man! Now he's not targeting down. What he needs to target down.
Does he have more zealots coming? Yeah, he does. 2 are walking up right now, but this cannon's going to die. They're on their way.
Well, he's killing probes. Is there another probe coming across the map?
Yes, there is. There is another probe coming across the map.
Okay, I think the other probe is a little bit late.
The Stalker is such a big deal, though, and the Adept. Those 2 together can snipe a probe very easily.
I'm not clear on how much energy is left in the batteries, but they have to have spent a lot, considering the number of cannon shots that have come out here. Now, he's going to have a lot of money banked, so 1, 2... And if he has the money for it, he's going to get a third. It's going to be a little bit of time.
Oh,
the third one may be there to back up the... No, it doesn't matter. Classic's going to win this one, I think.
Yeah, it really looks like he's got it right now. Classic is lower in probes, but I think that this tech advantage is so significant. Okay,
well, he needs this cannon to finish. It's going to be... Oh, no. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was that low.
Yeah. He's actually getting a gas at home, so SOS is getting ready for a transition. Based on the number of probes that he killed, I think it's correct to try for it. I think you have to probably just cannon the top of your ramp and make a full wall, but...
I don't think this is going to be tough for...
Yeah, no, it seems very clearly like a victory here for Classic. I like him leaving that there. You might need to make 2 cannons, to be honest.
I think you're probably right, Artosis. Keep in mind, when you do rushes like this, after you lose all the buildings that you had to use for the rush, you're even further behind, right? Your infrastructure was actually backing the rush up.
I think you're supposed to make a cybernetics score before your gateway, just so you have tech, because okay, he finishes the wall. Obviously, that's really important. We need that Cybernetic. Oh, wait, I was lost. Sorry, he actually already had made the Cybernetic score in his main base.
Oh, did he?
So yeah, he's actually going Robo right now, and it's not that far behind. If he had to start the Cybernetic score here, I would put him like infinity behind, but he still has a chance, I would say, right? He's defended well enough. It seems that we'll probably just see a Prism that pops everything into the main base, and that feels like an overwhelm immediately. But I think he's going to Chrono Boost out an Immortal right away. Let's see. Okay, classic.
Okay, so, I mean...
There it is, the Prism.
Everything that we know about RTS theory tells us that it should be impossible for the blue Protoss to win. SOS is in RTS hell. And he's paying the price because he did go for this crazy opening here.
Oh, okay, yeah. You said RTS hell, and I just thought of MOBAs, but I get what you're saying.
No, I mean, this is pretty bad, man.
No,
it sucks.
Oh, man. Like, he doesn't have the units to hold this. He's just kind of guessing at what might come. The Prism is a great call, and he actually made his own Prism. He's going to die instantaneously. I think he'll probably just GG when these units come up.
Well, yeah, he can just elevator the army up onto the high ground. When you ferry everything up there, I mean, you've just circumvented the defense.
Yeah.
And
the two cannons are in the Sentry is like what it was keeping him alive.
I think the cannons are a good idea, and on lower levels and ladder, this works. You know, and you kind of he's just way better.
Now he's going to have an Immortal and a Prism. Like, this took a long time for Classic to get up there. He could have instantly went in. Look at this. He has a Hallucinated Immortal too for the beginning of the battle. And look at that. He's targeting the wrong one, of course. Oh, a bit of miss micro there. He could have saved that Sentry. Oh my god, that Immortal took so many hits. What a master. And now the Shield Battery finishes. He's a Shield Battery, an Immortal, and a Prism. If you don't think SOS wins this game, you're a fool.
Oh man, he's gonna have more Warpins here in just a little bit. Yeah, that battery's eventually gonna be used up.
Yeah. You're definitely right about that.
Surprised it's lasted this long. This fight's gone on for a while now.
He's getting some good hits, though. And look at this. The Stalkers, man. They're, when the Immortal gets on them, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, but good control here by Classic. He's keeping that War Prism in range. Eventually, it's just going to be the Immortal left.
Yeah, and Classic's getting bits of damage done here and there. He's picking off probes.
Yeah, every time that the blue Protoss runs away, the red Protoss can then fire down workers. Yeah. So, and Classic is I think, slowly going to eke out a victory here.
Yeah, it does look that way.
Even if the Warp Prism Micro is perfect from SOS, I don't really see how this many Stalkers is ever going to lose overall. Eventually, they can start to target down the Warp Prism, too, here.
Ooh!
Ouch.
Yeah, he can't be taking any more hits now with that Immortal. It's too low. Now, if he starts hitting these Stalkers that are super low... Ooh, that pickup!
He's trying to go for the Warp Prism now because he knows most likely the Immortal's immediately going to be scooped.
My god.
Jeez, his control is really good with this, though.
You know what this game is turning into? Immortal Prism at this point. It reminds me of Mutalisk Micro. It's like, as a Protoss, if you want to be a pro gamer, all you got to do is practice that micro. Just like Zergs used to just practice Mutalisk Micro.
Dude, how is this Immortal not dead yet?
He's going to kill everything with this Immortal. If I'm Classic, I make a Stargate right now. I need Void Rays. Oh! 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 It's dead.
Okay.
Oh!
There's another Immortal out!
Get out of here! Oh, he's got two. Never mind.
All right, I think he should just target down probes and not even fight the Immortal anymore. I think it's not worth it, man.
Well, that Immortal lived
All right,
forever.
GG. Classic takes game 2.
Crazy game again.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that wild build, but Classic, I think that the really clutch thing that he did, I was at first feeling like he wasn't going to be able to do it, but the double shield battery bought him time, and then shading over to kill the probe was so important.
Okay. Classic is 1 win away from moving on to the finals against GuMiho. Now, SOS is a very crafty, very intelligent player. He's had comebacks before, but can he actually 3-0 Classic? I don't know, man. Classic looks so stable. SOS, though, looking very unfazed just in this camera shot alone. smirking.
Yeah.
A little bit of banter in the chat.
Look, lose 2 close games like that. Well, second game was somewhat close, but and like this could definitely turn around the other way. 3-0. Yeah, that could happen.
It's possible. With SOS, anything's possible.
Yeah.
He's bent the rules so many times in StarCraft history. Maybe it's time for history to repeat itself. Otherwise, Classic will go on to the finals of the Super Tournament and battle the only Terran from the round of 8, GuMiho. Our players have now joined the lobby, and our map is going to be on King's Cove.
Well, I have no idea what SOS will go for this time, but I'm excited to see it.
There's a lot of risk-taking that Classic can do. He's got such a lead. He's looking so strong. And again, there's not going to be any more PvPs in this tournament once this best of 5 is done. So whatever they've got, they're going to bring it out now. The question is, how can SOS, the 2-time world champion, take on Classic, who was just in the GSL Codes finals, and Classic has basically held off everything that SOS has tried.
That is true. He's looked fantastic so far. Just got to hold tight for one more.
Game start. Jin Air Green Wings, SOS.
Staying true to the aggression that he sees as the PvP meta.
Classic.
Just slightly more conservative, able to hold on. Seems to be a good way to do it.
Well, we have ooh, those are really good. Wow. I'm gonna feel very awkward for the person who's got the next sign. Sorry, I just wrote a word on my sign, guys.
Yeah. It's like, hi.
I didn't know Michelangelo was gonna show up and bring his art, jeez.
By the way, happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah.
Did an Easter egg hunt in my house this morning.
Classic went on his own Easter egg hunt and found out there were cannons being warped outside of his entrance.
Those were not the Easter eggs he wanted to find.
Yeah.
Fought that bunny right off.
Yeah.
It was hard.
He tried to take those eggs, but the Easter Bunny was good with Warp Prism Micro and used his Immortals to fend off the army.
It's a problem with the Easter Bunny. He's very good at Immortal Micro.
He is. He's very good with those little paws. Okay, so wait, there's a... Wait, who hit what where? Okay, so it's SOS in the left side. It's Classic on the right side here.
Classics doesn't look like Stargate. SOS's definitely could be Stargate. Obviously, you can just put a pylon out there too to throw your opponent off. On Classic side, we know that he's going to build something SOS unsure. Because there's a probe in his base, so to just not have a second pylon makes your opponent really be like, oh no, what's happening? Okay, so let's see what he puts down. I think it's going to be a Twilight. It's time for him to go DTs.
A Twillet.
Twillet Council.
Huh.
Twilight from SOS.
Twilight inside of his main here from SOS.
Oh, a Robo right there. Okay, so since there's a Robo there, this should be a 3-gate Prism build.
Okay, so...
You probably wouldn't make a Mortal out of there. Like, you can.
Oh, my God. SOS has been spotted.
Nice find.
This is so weird when you have them both proxy next to each other, because there's so many different variables that could occur. Like, you could, let's say you went for a Stargate, you could fly over their proxy with your air units. You know, there's so many weird things that can happen. Okay.
Is he going to make the Immortal?
Ooh, good block. Let's find out.
Yeah, he
Yep,
does.
there it is.
Okay. I think it'll just be one. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't be making it there. Now, does he go Prism Observer? Because if he does, that's really going to be nice for him. We're now looking for those Adepts. Look at that wall. It's just so ugly.
Yeah, that is a pretty ugly wall. Okay, so Classic going to be coming out here with some aggression right away. Now it's DT builds here. So we just need to see, is SOS going to have, I'm sorry, is Classic going to have the proper detection? Now, having a Robo out in the middle of the map complicates things further.
But I guess you won't find it to target it down, right? So you definitely can get the Observer. It's just how much damage you're going to take beforehand. Still doesn't know that it's Robo.
Okay, but he's going to get that pylon.
That Observer is being made right now as well.
DTs are not being warped in that location. There's a second pylon in the center right. There's one Observer being made, headed up here. Now with an Immortal, this is going to be pretty tricky. He's also walled off his entrance, so the DT is going to be doing damage and alerting him before it actually just gets in there and starts to kill probes.
Okay, the Observer is going towards the army. He's going to have to, yeah, he cancels instantly and starts a second Observer to send over here. I love this. He's, oh my God, this is really big because it's like, do you stay? Because there should be defensive DTs warping in immediately now. Oh my God, SOS doing huge damage.
I think the other Observer's headed to the north. So he's just trying to buy time right now, Classic is.
Yeah, he's going to try to kill him is what it is.
Yeah, now when he takes the gateway out, oh, but there's an Immortal out here for SOS, but there's also no Warp Prism to juggle. Oh, he loses the Immortal. I think that SOS just did it.
Yeah, I think that is it. The amount of probes he's killing, like with the Immortal, there was definitely kill potential here, but losing it, no longer, I think.
Oh, man. Okay, so the Nexus goes down, but it's 26 workers to 8. Classic. Oh, man. And 2 Immortals here on the high ground. Yeah, there's no way I think Classic can win. He won't have the offense, he won't have the defense, he won't have the tech.
He's going to GG right here.
GG, yep, good call. All right, SOS begins the comeback.
Yeah.
But it's still a long road ahead for him.
I love how often he's going DT. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's like, oh no, this is macro play as the DT.
Yeah.
But SOS showing. You see Classic starts off with a 2-0. Trying hard. Trying to win all the games. Trying to keep his PvP win rate so high. Whereas SOS comes in and says, no, it's all coin flips. You've been bashing noobs. I've been coin flipping everybody. Showing respect to my opponents.
Funny game with the proxy pylons adjacent to each other, unbeknownst to both of our players here. We're going to move now into game 4. SOS has begun the comeback. Can he keep the wheel spinning? Can he keep the ball rolling? If he does, we'll go to game 5. If not, if Classic could simply play a solid game and counter whatever's going to be thrown at him from SOS, whatever that may be, SOS is the player with probably the widest range of different Protoss play we've ever seen in all the matchups. Classic, though, very solid, looking to be the best Protoss there is right now in 2019. We're going to have a good match here for game 4.
Jin Air Green Wings, SOS. Classic.
Right. To guess where the pylons are going to be. That's such a big part of it.
Yeah, PvP is in a very crazy state right now. Even though I think a lot of people were rolling their eyes when we had so many Protosses in the top 8, it is kind of fun to really unpack a mirror matchup, to do a bunch of them back-to-back and really see what the best players that are currently playing right now, how they approach it. We've seen that so much of this is about bluffing, disguising, rushing, which only further complicates a best of 5 or a best of 7.
It really
You know,
does.
when you're trying to react and respond and mix it up, and each game gives a little bit more information. That's why I'm not counting SOS out in this, is he really can, even if he goes down a few games, come back against anybody in the world, which he's done before.
It is so true. Okay, so probes kind of passing each other. SOS, interesting proxy location.
Well, more of a hidden location than even a proxy. It's next to his main, but not. God, that is a really weird location.
It's hard to say if he's even going to build anything there.
Now we also have a pylon at the what you usually expand to, what you always expand to, really, for Classic. But you know, you can hide tech there, and sometimes their probe is going to be so busy looking around the map For your hidden tech, they might not check just outside. So even though it's hidden in different spots, it's kind of the same idea here. And it's kind of funny to see them both go with the same concept as far as hiding tech, because we go into, we went into game 3 and here we are in game 4. You can even see Classic trying to check his hiding spot, see if SOS hit it there.
Yeah.
And then SOS not checking. Now maybe SOS checks where he hit his to see if there's any kind of mirror pattern. And there's going to be the Stargate. Again, it's not a rush. You're not trying to get the Oracle into their base as fast as possible. You're just trying to hide that's even going to be a factor in this game, because responding and reacting to air units requires a big adjustment for the other player. And so not quite being ready for that can usually allow a lot more damage to become, unless they're really good at guessing.
And where he put it, if a hallucinated Phoenix comes, that's going to be the very last thing that it gets to, if it does get to it.
Yeah,
that's a sick catch. Oh, just barely not.
And so we have Classic modestly expanding up here. You can see SOS comes down for the poke with those Stalkers and is driven away when he sees he's outnumbered and outgunned.
See that? He's trying to catch it before he can get in and see everything.
Yep.
Beautiful spread. I don't know that he saw the Twilight. Yeah, he did not.
Okay, so
that's
still
awesome for him.
Classic in the dark here, which is actually pretty bad if that first hallucinated Phoenix can't get in there. There's a lot of ambiguity going on. At high levels, that really hurts. It might seem inconsequential because the next hallucination is going to get in there. Not the case at all. It's actually really problematic.
Well, your whole build is actually based off of getting your quick hallucination, and the hallucination costs going down really affected this matchup a lot. And now you do get that scout, which of course makes the randomization of proxies and stuff something that's helpful. But SOS not really proxying this game, just building that in his base. He only hit a pylon. His Nexus coming up in good timing in comparison to Classic.
Oh, wow. That didn't even kill anything.
Oh, it did not.
He just turned on a light inside the Oracle like it was a lamp, and then he flew away.
Glorified lamp.
Yeah, it started to glow.
It's a Tiffany.
So Classic is going to back up. The two Oracles are going to meet up. Of course, the Oracles can one-shot probes if they get close. And Classic is also going to move out with these Adepts, which have just now been spotted by these Stalkers. Oh! Wow.
Ooh. This is a lot of Stalkers, yeah. But Immortal's coming out. Double Oracle coming in. Ooh.
Oh, nicely done. Takes that out.
What a pick. That's great.
Now he's attacking over here, but I don't think there's really that much to defend over here.
He's about to have an Immortal, though.
Kind of weird targeting here.
Well, you know what? If he really reduces this Stalker count significantly, then he might be able to actually fight the Immortal as well. It gets rid of the shield battery, which is important. Okay, I think the Oracle hit in there. I think it might have popped in because it seemed like there was a little bit of mismicro at least. Not sure.
Kind of a bumpy game here. We now have the probes going back over here to start mining there for SOS. The Oracle is going to try to come in once more and take out some of these workers. This is really Classic's first moment to actually get worker kills. He's had a little bit of bumpy control. Oh, hold on. This is really big. These Stalkers can unpower the pylon before there's anything that can come in here and save the day. That's going to unpower the Robo. Two base versus two base. A lot of times, whoever's producing out of the Robo adequately is going to be in good shape. But for the time being, Classic still with the lead right now. Two Immortals out.
It was excellent micro from Classic, pulling back multiple units that were going to get picked off there before he got out.
I think he's going to try to shade Adepts into the main here and use these Stalkers. I'm not sure about how this game's going to go for SOS. I'm not really liking his chances here.
No? He's got enough units here and enough map control that I'm still feeling okay for him.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Good blink away.
Every Stalker that falls, that is kind of expensive. He's taking the third base while keeping this pressure on, which I quite like as well.
When you have a position outside of their base like this, you can a lot of times try to, if they run out, you blink back into the main and punish them, and that's how SOS is going to try to catch up, is by taking that third base and keeping Classic on the defense. But Classic's being pretty smart. I mean, you see him, he's shooting out these little tiny, very cost-efficient forces across the map to try to come in here, and then try to draw SOS back home. If he draws SOS back home, then Classic can organize an attack of his own. He's even going to use a Warp Prism here to try to come across.
Ooh, SOS missing that, I think.
Yeah, well, definitely did not see that on the mini-map, where he certainly would have he would have blinked under that and taken that out.
Okay, here come the Stalkers once again. There's a shield battery here.
Oh, no, the way these shots are being distributed is not ideal.
Picks them both off, actually. Very nice micro there. But look at this. This Immortal drop coming in, it could be really great, but it can be risky too. If he catches that with Blink Stalkers, his chances in this game drop significantly.
Oh, I love him going for the pylon here. That's going to really slow things down. Oh, he doesn't actually get it. Ooh. Damn, that was close.
Yeah.
Only losing shields on that.
Again, if you kill that, my God, the huge advantage at that point. Now, SOS, wait, he's just adding gates? He didn't get charge or glaives, did he?
I don't believe he did. No, I don't think he did.
But he's making high temper. Maybe we were on the unit tab for a really long time, so he could have charge here.
We'll see once Zealots come out if they do. But it seems almost like SOS has skipped part of what is kind of core to the tech here to try to get another base up, and he seems to want to go. Here's his Robo-Bay making, by the way, just now. It seems like what he wants to do is try to just get enough money that he can bludgeon him with really basic units instead of going for something really technical here. Now, this is much easier said than done, by the way.
I think that strategically, you know, this is a common thing that we see as PvPs get older. It's like the guy who went Blink normally will get the third quicker and have the bigger ground army, but the guy with Immortals is going to have better upgrades, and that is what we're looking at. I mean, I assume that SOS has to have either charge or glaives.
I think
he needs one of those, because if he has one of those, he definitely has a chance to kill this army despite the huge Immortal count.
Generally, in RTS theory, Classic's play is much more proper. This is more, you know, the ideal way to play the game. SOS's is it's kind of crazy. I mean, it requires finesse. Math is not on his side until he really starts to reap the benefits of that third base and the other gateways really kick in. And then he can try to go in a less than elegant fight and more of just trying to run him over. But for now, I think Classic has a window of time. And look at this. He's slowly bullying SOS back. I don't see SOS with any kind of recourse here. He's going to back up. And I think Classic might try to battering ram his way through.
Yeah.
And I think in a forced fight, I think Classic takes this 100%, right?
It matters about surface area and connection and micro and all this too, right? Like, he's going to have more Stalkers, more Zealots, probably a similar amount of Archons overall. I mean, there is a chance here for SOS.
Oh, I love this. Much less likely he's going to see that Stasis Ward, so that freezes so much of the workers.
Yeah, that's good.
Further stifling the income there for SOS. The only thing he had going for him was an additional base, right? He's basically been knocked on at 2 bases for at least a little bit.
I like the way that Classic is roaming right here. He's being careful not to overcommit forward. You know, if he gets into an open ground situation, that might be where SOS gets him. +2 finishes for Classic. It's not done for SOS, but it will be soon. Oh my God, that Stasis Ward could win the game. Okay. Wow. Backs away. He can't stop this. He cannot go down this ramp unless he does a big flank and then he runs into the Stasis Ward.
Yeah, the Stasis Ward is set up, which means that it's going to be an unfair fight over here by the third base for SOS. SOS now trying to retreat, trying to utilize some of the surface area here to his defense.
Yeah, this doesn't look good for him right now. Those Immortals are really putting out the damage big time. They do get picked up, the hurt ones into the prism and put back out.
This is so bad. All the Immortals are still alive here, still doing damage, shot after shot after shot.
That Stasis Ward really did matter. Classic might have won it anyways, but it was just close to running out when he ran into it. Wow. Damn. Really well done there by Classic. That was a nice convincing series from him. He really looked a step up from SOS here.
Well, Classic is back in a finals of the GSL. This time going up against a very different Terran foe, though, GuMiho. Great series. I really enjoyed that. I like the idea of what SOS was doing, but Classic is too strong. He knows how to drive and steer that game perfectly to where there's just not much you can really do. And that's why Classic has been such a terrifying Protoss. So far, by the way, guys, this is Classic's year, for sure.
Just so impressed with him. To get 2 finals right in a row in 2 very different tournaments, CODES and Super Tournament, shows his level. He's so dedicated right now. We know he has to go to the military soon. He couldn't go to Katowice because of that. I believe he can't go to BlizzCon because of that. I
think so, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he can't leave the country right now because it's so close to inscription time for him. But here he is, second finals in a row. Oh my God, he's looking really strong. But GuMiho, no one's able to really touch him very well, are they?
No Protosses so far.
No.
This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be going to a short break in just a minute here. I think for those of you in the studio, our burgers should be delivered soon, so we'll have some food for you. After the short break, after about 10 minutes, we'll be going to the finals of the Super Tournament.